here. All right. Where's my other glasses? These ones are a bit too strong. Hey Nina, do you like my new glasses? And my new glasses, they're a bit heavy compared to what I normally wear. Anyway, I'm just going to swap glasses because these ones are, hey Chris, these are my new glasses. They're all red glasses. I'm just going to put the purple ones on because these ones are distance and these are for the phone. Close up, I don't need anything, but these are for something about that far away. The sweater. Okay, guess where I got the sweater from? I was really disappointed when this, oh, sorry, my head. It's a hoodie. It's got no pockets, which is a bummer. I got it from Shein and it's wool. It's wool, it's very warm. The top underneath, that's from Shein as well. This is long sleeve underneath, long sleeve. The top was probably on special for about $6 Australian, so maybe $3 or $4 American. The jacket, I think the jacket was 29 Australian dollars, so maybe about 17 American or something. I was really disappointed when it arrived. I'll just show you why. I like things to come down. There's my hips there. And it just barely sits. See how my top's hanging out at the back? I wanted it down here. I wanted it, you know, down. And when it arrived, I went, oh no, it's one of those shorter sort of style things. But yeah, anyway, okay, Chris, you made a payment. So I've already explained to Nina and Crystal. It's already 11:45. People are already just behind me. I've shut the doors. The guy told me, the guy that's the janitor for the club, he's already set this room up ready for later on. He said he'll be out of here for a while. And I said, the reason I don't sit here near the doors, he put me here. I said, is because they have lunch right behind me and they can hear me and, you know, they might come in and they don't know I'm here. And I said, so I sit up the back. And he said, no, nobody's allowed to go in there because it's not set up for lunch. And he said, on Fridays, I can use this room. And if I want to, I can shut the doors. The only problem on Fridays is I've got to wait till he fixes up the room, because if you look at the room, what he's done, he's got it all ready for tonight. So, they've still got to set up the poker tables in the middle yet. But yeah, he said that at the moment, normally on a Friday, they don't use this room. So anyway, I'll get on with it. May you have a general love reading between you and G for June. So love, G, June for Chris. And then we have Tisha with a detail reading. Tisha, put your question there now because you'll be next and we need your question. Don't go disappear. We need your question straight away. And that's a detailed reading for you. Okay, now just put a pause on the readings now, guys, because I'm only going to probably do maybe 2 more at the most. We'll see how we go. Anyway, let's get on with it. Enough talking. But I'm really glad I've got another person on my side at the club, or 2 people actually, because the guy with the long dark hair, he came into the room as well. And both of them literally said, if I want to use the room to do what I'm doing, but it's closed to eating food and stuff like that. When it's set up like this, you're not allowed to use it to come in here and eat. But when they've got it set up like this, or there's something going to be on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm welcome to come in here, shut the doors and use this room. So really good. Really glad that the club lets me do this. All right. Oh, and guess what I did before I start? Yesterday in the morning, I cooked up some beef and some onions and I put it in the slow cooker. Like I just browned it up. And then I put a whole load of carrots and celery and parsnip and turnip and broccoli and sauces and pepper, and I put it all in the slow cooker. it cooked from 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock in the morning till around 7 o'clock at night. My husband said it was beautiful stew. I didn't eat it. And then I washed up and everything later, and it was still hot, the thing, and I totally forgot about it. I got up this morning and the whole big pot of stew has to go in the bin. Anything after 2 hours after you've turned it off, even though it's freezing cold in our kitchen, it was about 10 degrees in the kitchen, 12 degrees in the kitchen overnight and this morning. I looked it up and it said it must be between 4 and 8 degrees Celsius for it to be okay, and it wasn't okay. So the temperature of it was 12 degrees, so it could have massive amounts of bacteria, which would make you very sick. All right, so I love reading for Chris, and then we've got Tisha after that. And we may take on one more. If somebody comes in and they want to pay, we'll take on one more at this stage. Tisha, no, I'm not doing a new skin thing or anything. I'll talk about that in a sec. All right, so this is for Crystal. I love reading between her and G. What's going to happen in June? We'll do the same as normal. The King of Clubs and Cups and Hearts and all of that will be G. And only the Spade King will be that other person, just in case he pops into the thing. Hang on, that's wrong. That's wrong, Betty. I've been doing a healthy routine, Tisha, with my food, and I'm doing intermittent fasting on a daily basis. And once a month, I do I can only get to 44 hours fasting. Then I start to have problems with vertigo. Not because I'm hungry or anything like that. I get vertigo and the sugar drops too low. But yeah, I don't eat any meat. I don't eat any packaged food. Everything is fruits, vegetables, nuts, and salmon twice a week, and other fish. And yeah, sourdough is the only bread I'm eating, and I limit myself to maximum of 2 pieces of sourdough a day. And some days I don't have any sourdough. So no bread, no pasta, no rice, no packets of anything, no sweets, no cakes, no cookies. And I'm loving what I'm eating. Yeah, there's plenty of salads that can taste really, really good. Chris, I'm just going to restart the clock for you because I'm talking about other things. Okay, cards are all out on the table. What is coming? The general atmosphere about what's going on right now is love and happiness and making plans and looking at your options, your work. This would be all about your work and your financial situation between the two of you. Where are you going to work? Where's he going to work? Where are you going to live? And this is all like talking love plans as well and romance. There is a bit of challenges around G in particular, not you. This would be to do with children. A daughter in particular is showing up in the picture here. Yeah, so this is him looking at his challenges with you going into June are going to be around a female, possibly daughter. It could be the ex as well, and trying to work out what's the best plan of attack. And to be, we've just had a payment for a mini, so we can still take on one more after that for Rocky. Okay. Yeah, so he's got a bit of fear and worries around how he can get things in order with his kids, with his ex, with his work. So there's a lot of challenges sitting around him, not you. There is talks of pregnancy, but a standstill at the moment. So there is talks of what's going to happen here. You do have a pregnancy card sitting right beside a 9. You have another red 9 down here. You have all the 9s coming out, and you have 1 3, but it's the main 3. So there will be firm plans around pregnancy, possibly a lot of practice going on for pregnancy in June between the two of you. You also have a new friendship on the horizon. So I'm not sure if this new friend is introduced to you by G, or whether you're bringing somebody new into the picture or introducing G to the family, or certain family members visiting this person. The Black Nine is just telling me that it's not there on the cards yet, but it is talked about. It is worked out whether it's the right timing or what you should be doing. Being that you've got 4 9s in this reading, and you've got you've got 2 10s, 4 9s, 2 7s. Write these numbers down, Chris, because they will mean something. They might be dates, they might be places you need to go, they might be delays, okay? So we've got the double 7s, 555, 4 9s, 2 10s. And we do have 2 4s. They're not together, thank God, especially black and red. So I feel that his planning and structure will turn around, and the outcome is quite good. Okay, so nice things that are going to be happening is reunions going on, you know, catching up with people you haven't seen for a while, work looking like it's going in the right progression, finishing up with something else. There will be this cutting somebody out during June, so I feel there's going to be less and less contact with another individual, possibly on both sides of this relationship, not just you, but G himself cutting out from somebody, because you're too focused on each other. Your job, your movement, what you want to do, getting things all back together again. So I wouldn't be surprised if in June you get an invitation, or he or you gets an invitation to somebody's birthday party or something, and it's somebody you haven't seen for ages that knows about you two, have been in communication years ago, and you're back in communication. And it also is representing baby boys, because you've got another red 5 beside it with another red 9. We've got red 9s and red 5s together. So remember the other day I did a reading and I said, for some reason it's showing me baby girl here, and I just don't feel it's a girl. I feel it's a boy. And I feel it's twins. You've definitely got things here about twin boys. Now, being that G does have children, and I can't remember if it's 2 boys, 1 girl, or 2 girls, 1 boy. It could be something in line with one child being very close with you and him together, the other one sort of standoffish and more attached to the mother and not too keen. So there could be something going on there with the children. Yeah. All right. Moving forward, there's a lot of planning going on in June to do with work and money and movement. So this 9 here is all about the money, all about the job, all about what you need to do. This is you working very hard. There's a lot around your health and well-being going on as well. During this time, I just noticed that people can see in here. I also feel that this may be something to do with a medical procedure in June for you or G. It may be about you having something corrected, or maybe you have some blood tests and things and they say, oh, look, we want you on this particular supplement, or we want you to do something. If it's about pregnancy, it could very well be that there's a close eye because of something out of whack or something, and then they need to sort it out. The only other thing is this is showing up a female member of the family, possibly your mother or an auntie or grandmother, and something to do with something that's been floating along nice and even is doing a turnaround for her. And she will require something to be done, because we do have a hospital card with some other female here. So I'm thinking that this might be where you're taking this person to get this procedure done. And it might have nothing to do with you actually doing something. You do have a lot of stuff in the cards talking about the talk of being pregnant, getting pregnant, practicing for pregnancy, new friendships coming in, discussing work and how much money is going to cost for this, whether you should move. Now, you did mention recently about one of your relatives is not too happy about the fact that you're going to move and wants you to hang around until that time comes for her. I don't see that time coming in these cards. We are only looking at June. I'm wondering whether it's her, that she has a health-related matter that is returning from the past. So I'm not going to throw cancer out there. I don't think it's that. But let's say that 15 years ago, she had a blocked bile duct. And I don't even know why I'm saying that, because that might be what it is. But it's returning, whatever it is, and she needs something done about it. And for some reason, you're along for helping this out. Now, getting back to the whole love reading, it's not just love. There's lots of love here. We got 9 of hearts. We got 5 of hearts. We got 8 of hearts. We got 3 of hearts. There's a lot of wanting to go out places, wanting to celebrate, wanting to enjoy nice food and everything. So there's a lot of that going on. There's more than there has been going on. There's more togetherness and less on the phone stuff. So it's going from a lot more on the phone and seeing each other once or twice a week to seeing each other pretty much every day and not being on the phone much at all. Your outcome cards are more around being disturbed with this love bubble thing that you're in, because you've got to help balance out what's going on with this lady here. You may get G's help with whoever she is. I just feel like something's gone out of whack for this person. Also, there's news on the horizon about divorce. Now, I do know that the divorce thing, I think, has been put off for however long. Something news is coming in which is in your favor for what you want to do next. There is something to do with either you or G moving here in the outcome card. So I don't know if G is going to be moving in, but hopefully you wrote those numbers down, because you got the double 7s, the double 10s, the 4 9s, and the double 5s. So that all could be about the months, May, July, August, and September, October, or it could be those numbers, those dates. All right, the buzzer's going, so just to finish off, we'll do top and bottom of the tarot for you. Hopefully we just get love stuff. Love reading for G and Crystal for June. What are the messages for June for Crystal? I'm just going to say his name in my head. Maybe I should call him Dreamy. G, Dreamy, and Crystal. Okay, I've got everything upside down here. Yeah, cards were in the wrong position. We have other messages, 2 of Cups with the Ace of Cups. Ooh la la. And we have the official card. For me, this is the 2 of you. The power that's going to be there is love, connectiveness. Be careful not to block everybody out with all of this love going on. This is just match made in heaven here. This is where you fully understand each other's needs and wants, and you're working very hard towards having that togetherness under that one umbrella. We do have an invitation, like I said. There is some invitation coming up for you or both of you. You will be attending whatever this is together. We have dreaming and making your plans about what it's going to be next. Now, this again could be something to do with a job or something, an opportunity that's too good to say no. There is a bit of secrecy that needs to be addressed here. Need to say, look, you know, if you don't like this plan or you do like this plan, let's just get it out on the table. Don't want any secrets going on. It may be somebody being sneaky in the background with that moon showing up, trying to rain on the parade. Not seeing anything negative there. I do see, I know we were looking at a love reading between the two of you, but I do feel that the spirit wanted you to know that there's a possibility around a female member of the family of surgery or a correction or something where you're involved. And I feel G may be involved with that situation as well to help out. Who knows, it could be on G's side of the family too, and not necessarily your side of the family. Okay, neck back. All right, up next we've got Tisha with a detailed reading. Can you channel info on the person I'll be in the next serious romantic commitment? Name, race, occupation, if you... I'll do my best. I'll do my best. What I probably could do is tell you what profession he might work in, whether he's got dark hair or dark eyes, darkish skin or olive skin or white or red hair, whether it's a family type person, maybe a star sign will come out as well. Okay, so yeah, okay, so we'll try that. I'm going to use tarots first because they've got more like the star signs and things in there, and some of you that know more about the star signs than me will be able to help Tisha and say, oh, well, that's definitely Cancer or that's definitely Scorpio or whatever. I know cups are water, and wands surprisingly are fire. I always thought that wands would be earth, but they're not. Pentacles are earth, and what's the last one? Swords. Swords are air. Anyway, so Tisha would like to know the serious relationship she will enter into in the near future. Can you please show me who it is? Okay, so the cards, as you've seen, just jumped out of my hands. So let's get started. Can someone tell me the devil star sign, please? Because we're looking for star signs here. I know death is Scorpio. What's devil, please? Anyone? Bottom of the deck. This is all about wishes coming true, 9 of cups. Now, it could be an indicator if we've got another. Yes, we do. We've got 3 9s on the table. So this could be somebody born in September, born on the 9th. Tisha, now I do a reading thing where I use your birthday numbers. So like for me, 14th of July, 1965, I would put down 7, 14, which is a 5, and then 1965, which I think it's 3. So I would have 7, 5, 3, and then I do top pinnacle, bottom pinnacle. Then what I can do is I get my, which you don't have a partner at the moment, then I can get my partner's numbers, my husband's numbers, which is 965, I think, or it might be 2, or anyway. And then I put the 2 numbers together, and then I see what the relationship strengths are and what the weaknesses are. But when I do you on your own, I'll just pause this clock. When I do you on your own, I can see what numbers you're missing. So let's say your numbers are missing 3 and 9. Then you would need someone that balances it out. Someone born on the 3rd, the 21st, or the 12th. All of those are 3. Someone born in September, which is 9, or anything that adds up to 9, like 18, or that's it, isn't it? 18. 18 is 9. So someone born on the 18th or the 9th. If you're missing those numbers, that's what you're looking for. Okay, so it's kind of like a star sign doesn't go with this star sign. The numerology is a different thing. Yeah, so let's see what's on the way with someone serious, something serious. I did ask, what's the serious relationship that's coming up? Who will this be? Right in the middle of the deck, we do have the King of Cups. But we have the nines here. So like I said, the nines are telling me something about this man. Now, you want to know possible race of this person. This would be someone Caucasian, possibly European, European, American, Westerner, light brown, redhead, brown hair, somewhere in that vicinity. Not dark brown or black, hazel, green, light brown eyes, something like that. Personality-wise would be somebody, a very mature person, very family-orientated, somebody who cares about their mother, their father, cares about you more than themselves. Someone that would work with their hands. So this might be somebody that's a builder. This might be somebody that's an electrician, a plumber, could be a chef in a restaurant. It could be somebody that is out there doing swimming pools or something. There's somebody that's active and working with their hands. The other way of looking at their job, they could be a carer. They could be somebody that looks after old people, people with mental challenges, or not medical, not something medical, more along the lines of somebody that goes over and vacuums the floor for somebody and goes out and gets their groceries because they're too old to go and do it anymore. So aged care or children or something like that. So I do feel that this is a very friendly, everybody's friend, very supportive, very wholesome kind of man. And he would like the nice things in life, but it doesn't have to be something over the top, expensive. He would drive, probably be more conservative with the car he would drive and things like that. He needs a better job. Well, maybe he owns a restaurant, but he started as a chef. You know what I mean? I don't feel that this would be somebody that is a manager. If he is, he would be somebody that manages with everybody on the same level. He sounds broke. No, I don't think so. Electricians, unless electricians are paid very poorly in your country, electricians, especially ones that do solar installations or do air conditioning in our country, they get paid near what a doctor gets paid per hour. They get a lot of money in Australia. And plumbers, oh my God, they're even worse. But yeah, so this is somebody that's got a very caring nature. Let's get a bit more information on him. Show me more about him. You're definitely going to be with this person. It comes in a flash. You got the Page of Swords starting the reading. This is something where it just hits you like that, oh my God, I'm in a relationship with this person. 1 minute I meet them, next thing you know, I'm getting a call from them or I'm going out with them. So I feel like this is something that's going to just suddenly hit you, because following that we have the 10 of Pentacles, which could be a wedding. It could be this is an invitation and you at last minute decide to go, or you get a last minute invitation. So somebody says, oh, hey, Tisha, I've got this invitation to go to this party on the weekend. Will you come with me? If you get that, you need to say yes, because for some reason at this celebration, this gathering of people, your heart is set on fire here. You're ready to go into love land. Now, you do have the Devil at the top, so I feel that this person's very intoxicating. They're very, very, very alluring. You're wanting to know more. Now, I did ask everybody what the Devil was. Can anybody tell me? Is it Sagittarius that is the Devil? Is Sagittarius something else? I always get the Devil one mixed up as to what the Devil one is. Anyway, it could be a star sign. As I said, you had the King of Cups sitting in the middle, so it's definitely showing me a man. This is marriage material. This is telling me it's Capricorn. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. Devil, and I'm going to keep that on this piece of paper, is Cap. I used to have a piece of paper with each one, but I stopped doing that. when I stopped doing the star signs. Okay, so we have 4 of Wands. So I'm wondering whether you're going to go along to a wedding, a last minute invitation to a celebration, engagement, anniversary of a wedding, and this thing's going to kick off. You have more and more celebration in the future with this person, so there's a lot of love here. We also have this single energy, so this person could be somebody who's working and going to get a really nice retirement package. It also could be somebody that's going to inherit something as well. You said it sounds like he's broke. Maybe this person's going to inherit their mother's business or their father's property on the beach, or I feel like this person's coming into some money in the long term. I also feel that this person gives off a very independent individuality, but also has this strong love and affection and support kind of energy. I do feel there is one negative card sitting here, but I feel this is you over-analysing everything when you get home. You know, did he really mean this? Is he good for me? Has he got a good enough job? Is he pulling in enough money? Is there an ex hanging around? So I feel that there's a lot of unanswered questions when you meet this person, because it looks to me like it's going to happen at some wedding or celebration that you're invited to. Maybe you have an invitation sitting there right now and you've decided, no, I'm not going to that. I don't want to see these people. I think that at last minute you're going to go, what if I'm going to meet the man of my dreams at this place? All right, so the buzzer's going. Let's just see more information on this person. Show me what else she needs to see. We're not going to look at the poker deck because I won't get enough information out of that as to who it is. We've already got the King of Cups, which is the King of Hearts. That's the description. Might only be one of those things. Let's say he's a lawyer or a doctor, but he happens to have red hair or light brown hair and dark green eyes or hazel eyes or light brown eyes, right? That's why it's showing me the King of Cups. All right. So what else do we need to know? What else does Tisha need to know about this man she's going to be getting involved with in the future and have a serious commitment with? Looks like he's going to make you very happy, but also there's going to be a lot of stress. It could be around his job. Let's say he worked at night and it's dangerous, you know, like somebody that's a miner. Every time they go to work, you're laying awake at night until they get home because you're scared. It's showing me that he's very strong, he's the emperor. So he's the head of his game. He's shown me also what you need to know is leaving out the old emotions and moving on to what makes you happy. And also you're being told about the analysing. Now, sometimes the analysing card can mean that this person works with numbers or science. So it could be telling me that he works with science and he works things out. And he's literally working with his hands because he's putting drops on a slide or he's putting things in and out the fridge. Anyway, that's what we've got for you, Tisha. And just to finish off, we're just going to give you some of these. So I want you to think of a situation and I'll give you the energy around that. Don't tell me what it is. Just Tisha's thinking of something right now. What she need to know? I can hear the people behind me, which means they can probably hear me. All right. Okay. The situation you're thinking about, this is where you're stuck on this road down here. You're trying to get over here. This is kind of like a wishful thinking card. It's here to tell you that with the right work and the right placement and whatever, you will eventually get there. Don't give up. It's telling you not to give up. Even though it looks like something's off in the distance, you will eventually have whatever this thing is. The second card you got here is you do have a road ahead of you. Now, this could be self-enlightenment or learning about what makes you tick, letting go of something from the past, or, you know, sometimes people say, oh, I'm over that, that doesn't bother me anymore. And then 6 months down the track, they're doing something and a song comes on the radio and they're getting triggered and they're back to square one because they never really dealt with whatever that was. So I'm not saying that that's what's going on for you. I'm just saying sometimes the mountain card means that you're trying to get somewhere, but there's a mountain that you have to get over first. There's something you have to sort out first. And you're being told that it's time to take a chance. Now, you mentioned things, when will you meet him? What was your double cards? Your double cards were 9. So it could be on the 9th of June. It could be on the September. It could be 9 weeks away, 9 days away. So 9 was prevalent in the reading. So let's say you're invited to a wedding on the 9th of August. I would suggest that you go because you had something to do with a celebration. Now, it might not be a wedding. It might be you're at work and they say, oh, it's such and such's 30th birthday on the weekend. Do you want to come? And you're thinking, oh, I don't want to spend my weekend with you guys. Go. You need to go. Because I feel that it's got something to do with celebration and families or people gathering together. Okay? And you're being told to try something different. You've got the card about taking a chance on something. And this usually works in your favor when I see this. No, not 9 years. I don't know anyone that does readings that would tell you that far ahead. Usually I've done readings where people have told me that things I've told them. I used to do a year spread, which is a private reading which goes for over an hour. And I used to do this yearly spread thing. And people would write it all down. And then they would say that the stuff I told them would happen like a year from when I told them, and other stuff I told them would happen the next day or just after they had the reading. I did a reading on my sister. I think it was about her job or something like that, and she lived 14 hours away from me. And I said, be very careful in your car. I said, because you're going to get a fine. And on her way, after she left my house, 3 hours later, she called me and she said, I should have listened to you. I was speeding and I just got a $700 fine. And I said, I told you. I told you. So that happened within hours. Other things I've done, when I do a year prediction, I have somebody that comes to me for a reading every 2 years, every 1 or 2 years, because they have a year prediction thing and they said that everything got ticked off of what I told them, and it happened around when I said, like I said August, or I said March, or I said 3 from now, or whatever, and they would tick it off and they would write the date. But yeah, anyway, that's your reading. You did a reading about me weeks ago and saying I had a foot injury, which you didn't. The next day I had the, oh, sorry. I'll tell you a quick story before we do Rocky's reading. Have we got Rocky's question? Oh, we got Rocky's question. What does Michael J want to tell me? Okay, Michael J's in spirit, isn't he, Rocky? Michael J. I think this will be the last reading, or did somebody else pay? I'll just look at PayPal. No, nobody else has paid, so this might be the last reading, is it? Or is somebody waiting at the moment? Oh, Elisa, no, she didn't. There's no donation there. It's not coming in. I've got PayPal open and I'm screening it over. There's no donation from Melissa. It's the 30th today. I've got 2 payments, Crystal and Rocky, on my PayPal. It hasn't come through, Alyssa. I'll shut it down and reopen it just in case it hasn't picked it up. No. No, there's nothing new there. And it didn't notify me either about a payment. I'll just go out of here and check on this phone in case that one's not picking it up. Nothing there. There's no other payments there. All right, so we've got Rocky next. I'll just quickly tell you a story. For years and years and years, I was going to an osteopath, and he's a surfer, right? And I was sitting in his waiting room one day about 8 years ago, and I thought to myself, who will I go and see if he broke his neck or something? You know, like if he injured himself, who would I go and see? Because he's the only one over all my lifetime of going to physiotherapy, osteotherapy, acupuncture, chiropractor. He was the only one that if I had a problem, he would fix it in 1 or 2 treatments. I was getting headache. He did something to my neck, gone. I was getting problems in one of my legs, sciatica, 1 treatment, gone. So I was sitting in the waiting room, and then when I went in to see him, I said, if something happened to you, like, you know, you break your neck or something, I said, who will I go and see? And he said, well, hopefully I don't break my neck. Guess what happened to him? I think a couple of days later, he went surfing, got tumbled, and fractured his neck. He went back into business 8 weeks later. He went to hospital. They basically said he wouldn't be able to do this and that. And he got his own treatment, and he got back to walking. He surfs now. He's got his business running again. When I went back to see him, I said, do you remember my last conversation with you? And I said, if you broke your neck or something. And he said, don't ever put that out there. He said, you could have caused that to happen. And I went, I don't think so. And he said, and I said, what I think has happened is I was sitting in your waiting room and I seen it happen before it happened. And that's why I said it. So, yeah. But like Chris, when I've just seen Alyssa's payment. Oh, she's actually paid for 2. Is that 2 detailed or 1 detailed and 1 mini? I think that's 1. Oh, no, that's Australian dollars, is it? Hang on. Is that 1 mini and 1 detailed reading, or have you given a tip on your donation? All right. So anyway, let's get on to Rocky's and then we'll confirm. Yeah, because you've paid in Australian dollars enough for 1 detailed and 1 mini. Is that correct? Without me going and checking? Yeah, 1 and 1. Okay, so 1 and 1. And then we're finished for the day, guys. No more readings. So that's... Oh my God, they're working just outside this room. No wonder they got this room shut. Detailed and mini. In case you've got to go anywhere, Alyssa, can you just give your questions to Nina so that she's got them ready in case you go somewhere? And if you do have to go somewhere, and this goes for anybody having readings, if you ever pay for a reading, leave your question with the girls and then say, I might not be here, can you get a timestamp? And then that way I can continue on, do your reading, and you can come back and just hit the timestamp and go straight to your reading, okay? And I suggest when you're having readings, if you are here, that you put a timestamp for yourself so you can always come back to those particular readings and have another look, okay? I was going to start doing timestamps, but yeah, it's just I don't have time to be doing it. What does Michael J want to tell me? And this is a mini reading, right? Okay. Messages from Michael J to Michael J to... apart from sending you love across the miles, we'll call it, he's telling you that your plan is not your plan. Like, why aren't you following what it is you want to do? So this is where a plan that you had has gone haywire. So let's say that your plan, 2 years ago, you planned that you were going to move to San Francisco. And then somebody else talked you out of it. So whether this is about a job or a romantic situation, or you weren't going to talk to somebody anymore and somebody convinced you to talk to that person that you don't want to be around, or you weren't going to go to a particular place, he's asking you, why are you not doing what it is you want to do? Because you've got a 7 here that you will eventually, he's telling you to do whatever it is. You've got 2 cards here, plus this one, that all represent going on a holiday, moving job, changing relationships, changing where you actually live. So he's telling you to stop putting off whatever it is and to do it, go for it. You've got love all around you, but you're not seeing it. And there's something to do with saying thank you here, because the double red 6s is where somebody took care of them, or somebody took care of responsibility, or somebody is making sure that these people are happy, or like if his parents are not well, or one of these parents are not well, or somebody he was close to has a problem or needs some help, he might be putting it out there that he'd really appreciate if you can go and sort that out and help them sort that out. Or he might be telling you about spending more time with people that he loved, including you, spending more time, not just waiting for that once a year pool party invitation. Like, you don't have to wait till you're invited. Why don't you go over there more regularly? Go and see I think it's his brother that you invited you. Catch up with his brother for a weekend, or 4th of July is coming up. Maybe go and spend some time with them, or, he feels that you need to branch out and have a new friendship. Don't be looking for this perfect partner. Just look for a friend and somebody that you're socializing with and engaging with. He's telling me about, have you ever planned to go back to school and get that higher education in something? Or let's say you're working in the hairdresser and you've always wanted to work in the hospital. It's not too late. He's telling you, if you want to change your career path, do it now. But as in regards to love and harmony and what you need to be doing, you've got cards that represent new job, new situation, learning something new, a new friendship if you're willing to let it happen, reconnecting with people that make you feel good, make you feel happy, and you're making them feel good and happy, okay? He wants you to write these numbers or these dates down, 6, 7, and 4. You've got some nice surprise coming in if you let it in. Somebody trying to love you, trying to be with you, but it's not necessarily somebody that can be with you full time and be your boyfriend and go shopping with you and live with you and that. It's more likely somebody that they go out on a regular basis, or they go to the gym regularly. You could participate with these people and start branching out and looking outside the square. Let's quickly do some tarots. What else does Michael J want to tell? I'm not saying Rocky, I'm saying your name under my breath. Michael J. What else does she need to know right now? You are creating your own drama. 8 of Swords is you laying awake at night, going over and over something that you can't change. You're doing this part to yourself. You need to stop. Trust me, I'm one of those people that does that. And the only way I can stop it, I've tried meditation, I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried listening to my husband snoring and listening to what's going on outside. The only thing that fixes me is a tablet. And then I'll go to sleep. He's wanting you to look at your other options at the moment. This is usually, to me, somebody that wants to go on a journey, but they're procrastinating about it. I want to start that new job. I want to go back to school. I want to end this relationship with this person. I want to start this new. This is someone procrastinating. This is someone looking at their options. And he's telling you it's going to take time, but if you don't start now, you'll never start. And at the bottom, Your husband is snoring. Yes, my husband snores. Actually, it's soothing because if I hear nothing, I've got tinnitus, and this focusing on the snoring takes my mind away from the, you know. You're being told to follow these dreams, start making your plans. And lastly, you've got this working together with somebody else. This could be spending more time with his friend, and he's stressing you out. He's not meaning to stress you out. Before you go to sleep, ask him to talk to you in your sleep and have a notepad beside you. So the moment you wake up, even if it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, turn a light on and quickly jot down what you dreamt about or whatever was in your mind. And it might start to make some sense. Anyway, thank you to Rocky. Up next, we have Alyssa. What do I need to know for the next 3 months? Detailed reading. Next 3 months, detailed reading. I also want to save my mini reading for the next time you go live. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll go to a new page that's ready for next time. Alyssa, paid, mini. 30. And I just put owed. So when I'm finished today, I'll flip this over and it's got owed, Alyssa paid, mini 30th, not done yet. Okay, so, well, I'm finished with that now. And I'm going to put devil is cap. I'm going to have to remember to write them all down and keep them beside me. Okay, so just a detailed reading on anything for you, whatever comes up, eh? We'll put it into the 3 months, so we'll see what's in each month. Alyssa wants to see what's coming towards her for the next 3 months. Now, you have mentioned Fernando in previous readings, so we're going to say that the king or the jack of clubs is Fernando, and the other male that you mentioned in a recent reading will be the king or the jack of diamonds, okay? And the same in the tarot deck, just in case those people come out in the next 3 months. Next 3 months for Alyssa. So we're just going to do 6 cards for each month. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll do it that way. June, July, August, June, July, August, bottom of the deck. This might go too long. Oh, it's a detailed reading anyway. On and off relationship stuff. Friendship, not friends. Relationship, not relationship. Very up and down in June for you. Now, we do have the King of Hearts here, so I feel that this might be a new energy presenting itself to you. You have the Two of Hearts and the Two of Clubs sitting next to it, which is, this is a relationship that could happen. This is a one that I don't know if it's going to work or not. It could also be telling me that this person is born in February. Would February be Pisces or March? March is Pisces, isn't it? I'm just getting a feeling that this is a water sign. So I'm wondering what February, it might be the 22nd of some month, or it might be the 2nd of a month. But I feel that it's just telling me this is either a Pisces, Cancer, or a Scorpio coming out in the reading here. You've also got a new friendship starting. I feel this is to do with work, because we got this communicating about work, paperwork, phone calls, whatever. Oh my God, luckily this is the last reading, because that's getting very loud. You will be disconnecting from someone completely in the next month. Now, on a medical sort of side, I don't know if you want to know this, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Please go to a doctor if you need one. The The 3s and this 8 can mean that you need to stop eating something. You need to be eating better, sleeping better, get some exercise, get some sunshine every day, drink more water. There's something about your health here that's showing me that you may be having problems in the digestive tract, in the lady department, and it seems to be coming from something you're putting in your mouth here. Or lack of exercise, lack of sunshine and everything. So there is a medical thing showing up. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's looking to me like it's a bit of an easy fix. And if you are due for any regular yearly testing or whatever it is your platform is over there, here in Australia, if you have a normal lady test, it used to be once a year, then it was once every 2 years. Now, if your test is normal, no matter how old you are or what your history is or your family, it's once every 5 years. I don't know if it's government spending and they're cutting back or whether it's that they feel that you're safe for 5 years. But yeah, that's what's coming up for June. For July, we have a new adventure here. This is usually like a promotion, a new job, or starting a new career. It could also be things like signing up to go to university or signing up to a new gym or something like that. So there's some kind of activity going on. Now, I did say that the clubs would represent Fernando and that the diamonds would represent that other energy you were talking about. You have both of them in July. Now, I do know that in America it's summer in July and it's 4th of July celebrations and that. So I'm wondering if you're going out because there's an invitation and happiness and everything going on. Not loving, but fun. You also have cards to do with work and money increasing in July. So there's some kind of opportunity in July in regards to work. Medically speaking, there's nothing really showing up here. This would tell me that in June you had the black 8, which could be taking the wrong supplement, taking too many of a certain medication, it needs adjustment. It could be eating too much of one thing. This would tell me that you sorted out whatever that was because it's all coming good again. There is an invitation in July to go to a possible birthday party, possible engagement with the two, but I'm not really seeing anything that represents engagement or wedding. So I think it's more likely that it's a birthday party. It looks really good. And it does look like you may be meeting somebody else at this birthday party or this celebration, whatever this is. So July's looking pretty good on the work front, the health front, and not really romantic, but fun and connection. Now, what are we up to? September. We have hot and cold energy. We have you feeling very settled about this is what you want, but I feel that you're not getting what you want from a particular person. It could be dissatisfaction with the job, that you once felt this way with your work and you're now starting to feel like it's getting overrun with too many people, too much things going on. Romantically, I just feel that this is going out and socializing and having a good time. Over here, we have new responsibilities. We have slipping back into old ways with a black 8 here. Now, you did have 3 8s come out. So August is strong in your reading with all the things I told you about. So, you know, I do feel that someone's going to upset you. This card could indicate somebody getting drunk or popping pills or something like that, and then they hurt you with words or something like that, because this usually would represent somebody being angry and nasty or gossiping, popping pills. Well, that's what we say out here, popping pills. Oh, she's a pill popper or he's a pill popper. Because I take a lot of supplements and things, my family calls me a pill popper, but I'm a supplement popper. You also have the finalizing of something coming up in September. So because you got two aces and they're both upside down, this is to do with your head. Now, the only other thing this could be is this is an elderly woman, and it's telling me that she's got something wrong here. And this could be dementia. This could be something to do with she had a stroke in the past and it's reacting now. So there may be where you're visiting someone and everybody's quite concerned with whoever this person is. Okay, so there is that there as well. But I just feel like work and connections, you're sort of a bit over things when we get to September. And this can be disappointment as well because you want these this way. This is where you're making a deal with what you want to do romantically, work-wise, everything. This is going well. This is not. This is where you're disappointed or upset about something. So be prepared for conflicting things turning around. What I'm feeling is that there's some sort of invitation there. You go out, you get involved in something. You might start a new job. You might start a new gym or something. And then in 3 months' time, what you thought might happen, you're like, it didn't work. It didn't happen. But I am seeing starting the reading with eating the wrong food, not getting enough exercise, not getting some sunshine, not socializing, not being productive, sorting it out, and then slipping backwards because you're disappointed or upset about something. Right, buzz is going, so we'll do top and bottom of the tarot. What else do you need to know? What else does Alyssa need to know? Coming up, so we'll do 2 from the top for each month and 2 from the bottom for each month. What else does she need to know for June, July, August? I can't believe it. One more day and it's June already. Oh, we'll just do 1 from the bottom because the reading is finished anyway. Nina, can you sort your thing out in WhatsApp? Because as soon as I turn this off, I'll quickly get that sorted and I've got to pack up and go because it's nearly 1 o'clock. So I'm assuming we're leaving soon. For June, we've got the working hard and concerns around your money and what you're going to be doing next. We also have this looking towards what's going to happen at the end of the rainbow sort of thing. So this is where you're doing a bit of soul searching about your finance, your job, and where you want to be. Again, it could be about getting involved in a new program or something like that. On a totally different note, this can be healthy foods and exercise and sunshine. This would be getting structure in your life, and then this would be making sure this sort of thing lasts for the long term. There is a very strong single energy in this reading and just a lot of focus on work and productivity. In July, we do again have some sort of emotional thing going on here. We got the King of Hearts showing up, we got the Sun shining, and we got the Ace of Cups. I really like July's energy in the poker deck and here. Because I do feel that your things are starting to grow, things are starting to feel better, you're starting to feel happy. There is some kind of emotional thing going on here, some emotional bond. Then we get to September, we have a start, a beginning, making a plan, making a contract, but we have this toxic card sitting over the top of it. So I don't know if you go sort of backwards a bit. Maybe this is the whole Fernando thing again cropping up. Maybe it's annoying you. Maybe you're trying to just totally let go of that now. But 3 months down the track, it's back in the picture again, making some kind of promise or something here. But I do feel there's disappointment or something coming up in September, something that you're not going to be too happy about. If this is to do with work, this would be signing contracts and then finding out that there's things that you didn't see that were hidden from you in the contract that you're not liking very much. Anyway, everybody, that's it for now. Have a great weekend, everybody. It's Friday here. I'll be off and up in Sydney on the Saturday. Now, if by chance my husband does not get through to play off in the Sunday, he's playing a different game on the weekend, so chances are highly likely he won't get through. We may be at the club on Sunday, maybe not. But if we are, I will bring my stuff and try and get online. Other than that, I will be back online next week, my Tuesday. If you're in America, England, Europe, your Monday. So make sure you hit that like and the subscribe and the notification. It should tell you that I've gone live. Okay, but I always go live in Australia Tuesdays, anywhere Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays or Fridays, not every day, but usually around between my 10:30 and my 1 o'clock, I'm usually offline. So that window is very small. So if you're looking for a reading, that's the time to find me. All right, take care everyone, and I'm out of here. Bye for now. Have a great weekend.